This week on Duck TV News, what new screening program is bringing you back to your childhood? A look at the newest art exhibit on campus and the new program coming to Eugene's Public Library. All that and more on Duck TV News. Good evening and welcome to Duck TV News. I'm Evelyn Tedrick.
And I'm Mario Ponce. Let's get into this week's top stories. The battle for DACA rages on. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court heard arguments from both the University of California and the Department of Homeland Security regarding the controversial policy. In a statement, the university said, "Our suit demands that the Trump administration abide by the law and abandon its attempts to upend the lives of young people in the country they call home." Duck TV also reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, but they did not answer for comment. The court's decision is expected by June next year.
Disney Plus, the newest streaming service, is taking viewers back to their childhood. Morgan Gwen has the story.
When Disney Plus launched on November 12th, U of O student Jenny Capolotto was excited to revisit her childhood.
I just watched Cinderella, it was my favorite movie growing up, and so it was really great to watch it again, and same with Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana and all the shows from my childhood, because it kind of makes me feel like a child again.
Students like Jenny say they feel nostalgic about Disney Plus, but PhD student Brent Cowley says that Disney Plus offers new competition to the game.
Now, other streaming services, they don't have the back catalog quite that Disney has. Disney, with the purchase of 21st Century Fox, they were able to even gain more. Things like The Sandlot, things like the Home Alone franchise, things like Miracle on 34th Street are movies that Disney didn't even have before. They are continuing to expand.
Since its launch, Disney Plus has gained more than 10 million subscribers. The platform features content from National Geographic, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. One of Disney Plus's most anticipated aspects is its ability to reunite some people with their childhood. But since the app is still new, there are features that users feel could still be improved.
There are aspects I like about it better. I like the range of movies it has because I love Disney movies, but there are other aspects of Netflix that I like better. Disney Plus doesn't have any, it doesn't tell you what shows you've already watched.
For Duck TV News, I'm Morgan Gwynn.
Disney Plus will be expanding its market into Europe starting March 2020. Now let's toss it on over to Andrew and Rachel as we got caught up on all things sports.
Good evening and welcome to Duck TV Sports. I'm your host, Andrew Lee.
And I'm Rachel Friend.
From win streaks in basketball and football to new Duck Store apparel, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get rolling.
The number 1 ranked Oregon women's basketball team remains undefeated after winning against Northeastern, Utah State, and Texas Southern this past week. Oregon's Ruthie Hebert and Sabrina Ionescu led the Ducks to victory over Northeastern with a combined 33 points and 20 rebounds. The Ducks then shut out the Utah State Aggies 109-52 after Oregon's Taylor Chavez put up a career-high 25 points. Hebert had another dominant performance against Texas Southern on Saturday, setting personal records with her third 30-point game and granting the 42nd double-double in her career. Ionescu came out strong as well, recording the 19th triple-double of her career. On Sunday, the women's basketball team will travel to New York to face the number 20 Syracuse Orange.
Wow, Rachel, it looks like the women might be having a historic season, but don't sleep on the men's basketball team. They were tested in Portland against the NBA's projected first draft pick, James Wiseman, and his 13th-ranked Memphis Tigers. Francis Okoro returned after being hit by a car. He seemed fine powering through Wiseman for the and one. The Tigers challenged the Ducks down low, but check out this late run. Peyton Pritchard lobs it up to Shakur Houston, then drills a three over Wiseman to put the Tigers away 82-74. UT Arlington came to town on Sunday, but their offense must have stayed in Texas. They shot 23% from the field, and the Ducks won 67-47 behind Pritchard's 24 points. The Ducks are now ranked 11th, and after hosting Houston this Friday, they'll head to the Bahamas to play Seton Hall and either Gonzaga or Southern Miss in the battle for Atlantis.
The XFL is getting a reboot. Reporter Mitchell Riberall catches up with an Oregon football coach who will now be a part of the XFL.
The Houston Roughnecks, going to work for you.
The Houston Roughnecks are one of the 8 teams a part of the newly re-established Extreme Football League, more commonly known as the XFL. It was originally created in 2001, but ended after 1 season. However, after changes and another opportunity, the league is hoping for better results. After spending the past 6 years as West Linn High School's head coach, Chris Miller is leaving to pursue a career in this newly reestablished league as an offensive coordinator for the Houston Roughnecks.
So I think they have the perfect recipe. They've laid it out right this time. It's going to be about football. It's fan-friendly. It's player-friendly. There will be a lot of talented football players, and there really is a need for a developmental league that'll feed the NFL.
Before his time at Westland, Miller spent 10 seasons as a player in the NFL and was also on the Arizona Cardinals coaching staff for 3 years. Westland's assistant head coach, Aaron Skinner, along with the players and other coaches, are excited for his new job and knew it was bound to happen.
One of those coaches that you can see is kind of confined by the game of high school football. Like, he's so much better than your normal high school coach that he should be coaching at a higher level, and the kids know that.
Miller has been shown much support by the Westland community after his job acceptance to Houston, with many people replying to him on Twitter showing that. Since he's always wanted to coach at a higher level, this was the perfect opportunity for Miller to take.
It's been a great 6 years, though. It's a wonderful group of kids, and my coaching staff is awesome. They know I'll miss them, but I'll be here next year and watch them some and be a fan.
Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Mitchell Riverall.
Thanks, Mitchell. Best of luck to Coach Miller. If you want to keep up with him, catch the XFL in February 2020.
The Ducks volleyball team will fly south this weekend to challenge the LA schools. First, they'll play the UCLA Bruins, then travel 12 miles across town to face the USC Trojans. Last Friday, the Ducks dominated early in each set, but the Wildcats rallied and swept the Ducks 0-3. Sunday wasn't much better. After the Arizona State Sun Devils won the first set, the Ducks seized the second and third, while ASU took the fourth. In sudden death, Ronica Stone and Brooke Nunneviller's late service errors lost the match 2-3. The Ducks have now lost 5 in a row and are tied for last place in the Pac-12.
On Saturday, Oregon football defeated Arizona 34-6. Reporter Aaron McMahon joins us from Autzen Stadium to give us a game breakdown. Hello, Aaron. Oregon receiver Micah Pittman left the game with an apparent injury. What is his status after the game?
Well, Mario said at the post-game press conference he was unsure of the state of Pittman's wrist, but we have received updates that it's not a season-ending injury.
So it sounds like he might be returning for Oregon's bowl game. Is Juwan Johnson now looking like Justin Herbert's favorite target?
Well, he has caught 4 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks, but Justin Herbert's really been spreading the ball around. For example, tonight, Johnny Johnson III and Spencer Webb both had touchdowns.
Oregon has now made the Pac-12 championship game. Who are they expected to play against?
Well, we're unsure who's going to win the Pac-12 South at the moment, but fans can expect to see a possible rematch between USC and Oregon or a highly anticipated top 10 matchup against the Utah Utes.
Next week, Oregon will play Arizona State, hoping to carry their winning momentum. Thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Thanks, Rachel.
The Ducks women's basketball team is one step closer to reducing inequality between men and women in sports. Reporter Sabrina Ortega has more.
A few months ago, a student at the University of Oregon created a petition for Nike to make Oregon women's basketball jerseys. With the rising success surrounding this #1 ranked team, many fans began to seek out these jerseys, but were shocked to find Nike did not sell any jerseys that recognized the women's team, just the men's. That was until Sabrina Ionescu called out the brand herself on Twitter saying, quote, "Why is @Nike not making @Oregon women's basketball jerseys yet? I'm running out of excuses," end quote. 4 days later, Ionescu shared Nike's change of heart, tweeting, quote, "Thank you, @Nike. What an honor. Hoping this is the start of many more female athletes being represented. #GoDucks," end quote. Jerseys were made available to fans on November 11th and were sold out within a few hours. Head coach Kelly Graves was not surprised by the jersey's popularity.
I think it's wonderful, and I think for anybody who thinks that that's not something that would have happened or that we shouldn't sell women's jerseys, nobody will buy them, baloney.
The Duck store is expecting another shipment later this season. Some fans who were lucky enough to snag a jersey shared their excitement.
I live up in Portland. I have a little sister that goes to school down here, so we had to call the Duck store, put it on hold, and then my sister walked down to the store and got it.
One fan even asked more of Nike.
I hope that sends a clear message to Nike about the profitability of women's basketball and women's sports.
Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Sabrina Ortega.
Thanks, Sabrina. Those jerseys look nice. Looks like I'll be in the Duck store once they have more in my size.
That's all we have. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow Duck TV Sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to keep up with the latest on Oregon athletics. Now back to Mario and Evelyn at the news desk.
Thanks, Andrew and Rachel. Eugene Public Library is excited to announce a new change to their late fee policy. Starting January 1st, they will no longer be charging late fees for all youth or young adult resources. According to United Way Lane, about 52% of students in Lane County are not at reading proficiency by the time they reach the 3rd grade. The library is hoping that this policy change will encourage more youth reading, as well as increase their rate of return.
A mixture of virtual reality and art is now on campus. Reporter Hannah McIntyre has the story.
Sense of Space, located in Lawrence Hall, is an exhibit where a student has displayed her interactive art.
The Sense of Space art exhibit is a virtual reality sound installation. All you have to do is grab your virtual reality headset, grab your 2 remotes, and you're set to interact with the art on the walls.
This exhibit belongs to Amanda Langley. She is a master's in intermedia music technology, which reflects in her art. Langley said her exhibit is about community.
I wanted to create a meditative space that people could hang out in together and experience and kind of inspire them with the new technologies.
Langley's exhibit, along with the other art displayed, encourages the viewer to use all of their senses through a headset and 2 hand remotes. 1 person at a time could use the VR. However, other viewers could see without the headset because the images were projected. Isaac Boger, a UO freshman majoring in art, said taking the time to see the exhibit was worth it.
It's very zen. The ambient noise and the sound design is really good, so you just are transported into a different world. It'll make you so much more happier than when you walked in.
This exhibit is part of the Laverne Cruz Gallery, which rotates art installations every week.
For more information on Langley's exhibit, visit cross.uuoregon.edu. That's all for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Duck TV News. Have a great night, Eugene.